Millions in Syria and Iraq are facing water shortages as the region's longest river, the Euphrates, dries up.
Imagine hearing the blood-curdling screams of fallen angels echoing through the murky depths of the Euphrates River. It sounds like something straight out of a horror movie, but this spine-chilling phenomenon is all too real, and whether you're a skeptic or a true believer, there's no denying the terrifying nature of these recordings. Join us as we dive deep into the mystery of the screams of fallen angels recorded under the Euphrates River and uncover the secrets that lie beneath. The Euphrates River has a vibrant history dating back to the earliest civilizations in Mesopotamia. It's one of the longest rivers in Western Asia, stretching over 1,700 miles from its source in the Taurus Mountains of eastern Turkey to its mouth at the Persian Gulf. The river's name comes from the Greek word Euphrates, meaning well-watered. The earliest recorded civilization in the region surrounding the Euphrates was the Sumerians, who settled in Mesopotamia around 4,500 BCE. They harnessed its waters for irrigation and agriculture, which helped them create a complex society with impressive achievements in science, art, and writing. The Euphrates was also crucial for transportation, and it helped facilitate the spread of Sumerian culture to other parts of the region. The Babylonians, who followed the Sumerians, relied heavily on the river's waters to grow crops, build impressive architectural feats, and create a prosperous society. Over the centuries, the Euphrates has been a central point of strategic importance, with different empires including the Assyrians, Persians, Greeks, and Romans fighting for its control. It was a crucial transportation route and significantly facilitated trade and cultural exchange between the East and West. Today, the Euphrates remains an essential source of irrigation for modern-day Iraq and Syria, and it continues to play a vital role in the economy and culture of the region. However, its waters are also controversial and conflicting, as upstream dams and irrigation projects have led to water shortages downstream and tensions between neighboring countries. Current state of the Euphrates. Once the lifeblood of the Middle East Fertile Crescent, the mighty Euphrates River is now a shadow of its former self. The river is receding, and its low water levels are causing widespread suffering for millions of people. Northern Syria is at risk of running out of water, and villages are in danger of being destroyed due to the rising temperatures, less rainfall, and drought that plague the region. The situation is dire, and the impact on essential infrastructure like healthcare institutions is devastating. The droughts are growing in severity, and climate change exacerbates the problem. Water flows from Turkey to Syrian territory is less than half what the two countries agreed upon in 1987. Iraq, one of the countries where the river flows, also faces the harsh consequences of this phenomenon. As the water level recurs, the marshes and wetlands along the river become arid wastelands. Reed gatherers, who once floated on the river to collect reeds for weaving and other purposes, are now reduced to standing on dry land, their sickles rusted and their hearts heavy with despair. They call out to passing boats carrying tourists, their voices carrying a sense of desperation as they yell "Marku Mai," meaning there is no water. The situation is dire. The Euphrates River has shrunk to a fraction of its former size, a mere trickle compared to the mighty river it once was. The primary culprits are the water policies of Iraq's neighbors, Turkey and Syria, which have choked the river's flow. In addition, a 2-year drought and years of overuse by Iraq and its farmers have only worsened the situation. Many officials fear that the Euphrates River could soon be only half what it used to be. The consequences of this crisis are far-reaching and devastating. The water loss has affected the livelihoods of the reed gatherers and the millions of people who rely on the river for drinking water and irrigation for agriculture. As dams run dry, essential infrastructure like hospitals and healthcare institutions are also impacted, further compounding the problem. But the receding waters of the Euphrates have also led to some unexpected discoveries. As the river's waters have retreated, it's uncovered ancient archaeological sites, some previously unknown. These sites span cultures from 3000 BC to the Sumerian and Roman eras, including ancient Jewish communities. Despite the damage caused by the water, these sites are still of immense historical value. According to Ratib Ali al-Kubaisi, the director of the Antiquities Department in Iraq's Anbar province, the ongoing drought in the region has brought an incredible new opportunity. For a long time, Anbar was regarded as an arid wasteland with little historical significance. However, to everyone's amazement, it's been discovered that the area contains some of Iraq's most important archaeological sites. Ratib explains that at least 75 archaeological sites have been partially excavated before submerging the region. These sites were representative of cultures dating back to 3000 BC, including the Sumerian and Roman eras. Moreover, ancient Jewish communities were also present in the vicinity. Unfortunately, these sites were submerged underwater when the river flooded. However, the receding waters of the Euphrates River have given Ratib a chance to visit certain locations for the first time. He discovered a cliff with a sequence of pre-Christian tombs carved into its face, which had been severely damaged by the water but still had significant value. In addition, the ancient city of Taubes, which dates back 3,400 years, has become visible due to the Euphrates River's receding waters in Anar. But wait, there's more. The dwindling waters of the Euphrates River's Keban Dam Lake in eastern Turkey and region have exposed the historic Hasdek Castle, which can only be accessed by boat. Meanwhile, the Syrian government in 1968 built the Tabqa Dam without diverting the Euphrates River to the desert or creating lakes in the region. Instead, the dam created a lake that covered the most well-known historical monuments along the river, which was 100 kilometers long and 8 kilometers wide. Only some monuments and artifacts were saved. As the water level recedes, some of these submerged monuments are beginning to reappear, including hundreds of cemeteries of Syriac Christian monasteries that were believed to have existed in the area. The underwater cemetery can now be seen clearly when the sky and the lake are clean. A few ancient cemeteries have also been found on the right side of the lake in Raqqa's western section. While many people are understandably worried about the environmental and economic impact of this ancient river's decline, some Christians take note of the situation for another reason. According to biblical prophecy, the Euphrates River will play a significant role in the end times, particularly during the tribulation period, when it's said to dry up completely. Given this, some Christians believe the current drying of the Euphrates River fulfills biblical prophecy. Of course, not everyone agrees with this interpretation of the Bible. Some argue that the recent decline of the Euphrates River is a natural phenomenon that has nothing to do with biblical prophecy. Others believe that the prophecy has already been fulfilled in the past and is not relevant to the present. So, which of these two groups is right? Well, let's see. Regardless of one's personal beliefs, it is clear that the current state of the Euphrates River is a matter of great concern. Whether one sees it as a fulfillment of prophecy or simply a consequence of human activity and climate change, the decline of this ancient river is a stark reminder of the fragility of our planet and the urgent need to take action to protect it. The Euphrates River drying through the lens of the Bible. The Book of Genesis states that the Euphrates is one of the 4 rivers flowing from the Gardens of Eden. This river is the 4th one that emerges after the Pishon, the Gihon, and the Tigris. The Euphrates is a significant river in the Hebrew Bible, as it forms one of the borders of the land promised to Abraham and his descendants. In the Bible, it's commonly referred to as the river. Euphrates is translated as burst forth or gush forth, which means liquid breaking forth, even though it's not explicitly identified as a river. Jeremiah prophesied that the waters of Babylon, including the Euphrates River, would dry up due to their idolatry. This prophecy may be coming true since the Euphrates and Tigris rivers are drying up. In the book of Revelation, there's also a prophecy that the Euphrates River will dry up, one of the 7 bowl judgments. These judgments, which also include the 7 seals and 7 trumpets, are said to be the judgments of the 7-year tribulation, a time of great trouble that many Christians believe will happen before the return of Jesus Christ. According to the prophecy, The bowl judgments occur at the end of the tribulation and are so terrible that all human life would perish if they persisted. The sixth bowl judgment, the second to last judgment, explicitly mentions the drying up of the Euphrates River. Revelation 16, verse 12 states, "The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east." The prophecy also explains the river drying to allow a large army from the east to cross the Euphrates without difficulty. This is believed to be a sign of the end times, when the world's monarchs will converge on the area known in Hebrew as Armageddon for the final battle between good and evil. The battle is said to be so catastrophic that it will destroy all of God's adversaries. The cry of fallen angels from the Euphrates. The idea of the four angels being tied beneath the Euphrates is a reference from the Book of Revelation. In chapter 9 of the book, John describes a vision in which an angel is given a key to the bottomless pit. Upon opening it, locusts emerge from the pit and torment those without the seal of the beast on their foreheads. There have been reports of strange sounds coming from the dry beds of the Euphrates, including groans, moans, growls, and the sounds of chains rattling. While the authenticity of these recordings remains uncertain, fascinating holes and caves have been found in the valleys of the river. The origins of these structures remain a mystery, and theories abound regarding their purpose. Some speculate that they were used as prisons for demons, and the fact that the rivers dried up has led some to believe that these prisoners may have been released. Returning to the revelation of John we spoke of earlier, the sixth angel with the trumpet would release the four angels bound of the great river Euphrates. These are believed to be demonic beings, described as being bound. Fallen angels are commonly known as demons, and many are said to be restrained by chains of darkness. It's important to note that these four creatures are invisible to the human eye. Despite being restrained by chains beneath the river, they cannot be seen or detected with sonar equipment. However, just because we cannot see them, it doesn't mean they do not exist. Angels are real. While we may not see them with our physical eyes, they're present in our lives. Are those sounds coming from the fallen angels? What other secret is hidden beneath the Euphrates that we don't know yet? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it with friends, and subscribe for more.